Hey guys, it is that time. Pick a story. Wherein one of these decks should be a story for you. So I'm going to hold up each deck to the camera and I want you to see if it is resonating with your energy. So could your story be here in deck number 1? Or is your story in deck number 2? Or could your story be here in deck number 3? Could your story be here? And this is for the week of June 17th, oh, I'm sorry, 18th, plus 7 days from there. So let's go ahead and get started with deck number 1. Oh, and the first deck is Chakra Wisdom Tarot. All right, so let's go ahead and begin here. We have the 5 of Swords, 3 of Coins, Knight of Coins, Knight of Wands, 5 of Wands, Princess of Coins, the Chariot, Strength. All right, so you guys, something's going on where you may be learning a valuable lesson here. You may be coming into your own self-value, your own self-worth. I also feel that some sort of seed is being planted, or something is more so blossoming. So there are things that have been worked on, things that have been established, and now there has been like some sort of breakthrough. So I'm getting like the energy of when you buy a plant or you plant a seed, and of course you don't see it growing. It's like that 7 of Pentacles energy. And then you go and check on it one day and boom, it's sprouting. Something's blooming. So I feel that something is in the stage of blooming or blossoming. And it's like it's been hard. Maybe you've been trying to manifest money. Maybe you've been trying to manifest something materialistic. Maybe you've been on some sort of diet and you're just seeing the results. Maybe for the past few weeks, you didn't see any results. And then all of a sudden one day you get on a scale and boom, like 5 pounds are gone. So I feel like something, you're finally just kind of seeing the results of something, but it's like it's hard. Well, it's whatever you're working with or whatever you're trying to manifest it's a slow process. I also see here someone who's being very guarded with how they feel. So if this is you dealing with emotions, maybe you don't deal with them very well, or maybe if things aren't going in your favor, you just say, you know what, I'm going to focus on my money. I'm going to focus on other things. I have other goals. Love is not the only thing that I'm focused on. So you might be turning your attention away from something that could have bothered you emotionally. I also feel like some of you are maybe planning some sort of trip. Like now you're ready to move forward. Maybe you just got a plane ticket, or maybe you just got that rent-a-car. But I do see something in regards to traveling. I'm also getting energy, like a very relaxed energy. Somebody is kind of like, you come to me, I'm not going anywhere. there's two different, it's like two competitive energies with different natures. One person maybe fights by holding back, and the other person fights by becoming distant or disconnected. It's kind of like the same thing, but expressing it differently. Something I was getting ready to say here. I'm seeing something significant happening really over the course of the next couple of months. So changes are coming in Cancer season, and then things are also going to continue into Leo season here. Someone is definitely also trying to resist temptation. Someone's trying to hold back or pull back. Now I see here, this is the same energy that I was talking about. You know, it's competitive energy. If this is in regards to love, this is about two people who are both being guarded towards one another, both being distant, both being petty. This is two people who are like, you go first, you speak first. No, you speak first, you first. So it's like, who's going to win? It's kind of hard to say who's going to win, because the Chariot is a card of victory. Maybe the both of you feel that you have won some sort of battle, even if it means not speaking to each other. It's like maybe the both of you are okay with it, you know, to a certain extent, because I'm not getting anyone who's sad. I just get two people who are very caught up into their ego. And so there could be some sort of stagnation, or it seems like there's some sort of stagnation going on. I'm also seeing something about a garden, like you need to tend to your garden. That also may have something to do with whatever it is that you have growing, like your physical appearance. I feel like someone is literally like trimming the hair because they're prepping themselves. Someone might be shaving, like, or cutting their hair. I just feel like something about growth and trimming things off. There's a need to trim things so that things can continue to grow stronger. I also see some sort of conflict in regards to a work situation. You may have people who are jealous of you. Somebody, I think the wrong message is being, someone is taking something the wrong way. Someone thinks you're being arrogant or conceited when you're just minding your own business. This is probably their own insecurities being projected. Like they're looking at you, or you're looking at somebody like, look at them. They think they're too good to do this and that. Oh, they think they think they are that. You know, and I feel that that's not what the person is thinking, but maybe it's being read that way. So something is being misinterpreted between you and a love interest, or misinterpreted at work. You may feel that you and some coworkers are both competing for the same coin, the same position. There's a need to compromise. You know, even if this is a situation with just friends, if it's not romantic, there's a need to compromise. I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough at some point. You guys are really focused on like your coins. You're focused on your business. You might be starting a business, or if you're waiting to get hired, I felt like you had some sort of steep competition. And And after a lot of consideration, going through resumes, going over people's answers, revisiting people's video interviews, I feel like they're calling you in to start. So I do feel like you're going to get an offer if you've been waiting for some job opportunity. I feel in a love situation, after some sort of reflection, it's like, okay, we need to get back to business. We need to take this more seriously because there's some sort of mind games going on, or there's something very petty going on, and something needs to be addressed. So I feel like someone is going to be the bigger person and decide to communicate or talk about some sort of issues that might be going on. I also see that you might feel torn between two different energies. In a love situation, maybe you become distant because you're torn, or if you were talking to someone and all of a sudden they become distant, it could be because they're torn. Someone is trying to keep the peace, or someone, like say for instance, it's not necessarily two romantic situations, but something that your mom or a parent said, or someone's whose opinion you respect said about the person that you're dating. Now you're torn. You're like, well, I don't know, like I respect their opinion, maybe they see something that I don't see, maybe I should listen to them. I feel like there's a need for you to use your own discernment. You can take what someone has said to you, listen to their advice, listen to your own inner voice, and make some sort of decision. I also feel like someone is looking out for themselves. Someone is just like, what, I think the best thing for me to do is to look out for myself. And hopefully things just fall into place from there. So some of you, I do feel like you're going to focus on yourself. Now, the energies coming out are Cancer, Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe Aquarius. I see two people competing for your attention. You might find people, I feel like maybe someone's trying to push your buttons, or you're trying to push someone's buttons. It doesn't matter. It's like you both are probably doing it in your own little way, because there's all this friction and no movement. Someone feels like they deserve attention. Well, you guys both just feel that way. Yeah, so someone might be trying to push you or irritate you just to get a reaction. Now, I'm also getting this as some of you are going to have to push yourselves in order to go after your dreams or your passions, whatever that is, especially if it's career-wise. And you've been holding back. You're like, oh, but I'm so comfortable here in this job, or I'm so comfortable in this city, I don't want to do anything different. Spirit may be trying to push you or do things to irritate your soul to get you out of to get you out of your comfort zone. Even if it comes to like dating, you're being asked to step outside of the box. Like, go towards the person that you probably wouldn't normally talk to. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is unattractive. It's like, oh, I only date attractive people. I'm not saying, well, go towards the unattractive person, although that could be your situation. Maybe it's about the shorter person. I don't normally date anyone under 5'8", maybe you should. I don't usually talk to people. I don't usually go to dating applications to talk to people. Maybe you should. I don't like being hooked up. I don't like when people try to introduce me to somebody. Maybe you should. So I just kind of feel like there's something going on where you're being forced outside of your comfort zone. Let me look at the Five of Swords. I don't see anything romantic. I see things, I see stubborn energy, but I do see passion. I see sexual attraction. I see physical attraction, but emotions are either being kept at bay or protected until it's safe to come out. Someone also might be in the doghouse. I don't know who would know someone named Chester. Oh my goodness. Okay. Five of Swords. Just petty energy. Poor communication. You guys want to come together, but your ego is in the way. You guys are both thinking about each other, but your pride is in the way. Someone has some sort of defense mechanism too. Like this is someone's defense mechanism. You can apply that anyway. It's like when you get defensive, the swords come out. So it's like you gotta have some air energy in your chart somewhere. That Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Someone knows how to be vindictive when they want. Someone has revenge on the mind. I also feel like there is some sort of envy. There could be some sort of energy around you that is envious. I see an apology coming at some point. Someone's going to get tired of all this. They're like, okay, let's start over. Let's forget about the past, forget about this and that. Let's start fresh. I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm sorry too. You know, this is like both people kind of reconciling and both admitting to their wrongdoing. So I do feel like there's going to be an apology. Whatever too has been happening, I almost want to apply it to in something astrological. So if you study astrology, I almost want to say blame it on the stars, because there's some sort of square going on. This is like some sort of irritating transit that had to happen. So after we have a square, then we're going to move into some sort of opposition, and then some sort of, no, first it's going to be a trine. So after a square, there's going to be a trine, and that's where the compromise is. That's where the comfortable energy is. Then there's going to be probably that opposition. So, I mean, things are in cycles. It's like you're having to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to go after what you want. You have to learn how to set boundaries. So these squares, these irritations, these things are happening to you so that you can learn from them. And learn to enjoy the good times when they come too. If there's a good time, enjoy it. If there's a time where you're going through a period of irritation, learn how to understand it. You know, what caused this irritation? What can be done? How can I avoid this? Can I fix this, or do I just ride with it until it's over? So yeah, astrologically, I feel like there's some sort of irritation transits. Maybe the way the stars are fixed, or maybe there's a certain planet that is squaring one of your personal planets, causing irritation. But there's unfinished business. There's unfinished business. And whatever it is that you're trying to avoid or fight against, you're going to be faced with this opportunity again. Yeah, you're going to move past whatever emptiness or depression this is. There's a need to make things known. There's a need to also release. Something needs to be released. Release from a contract. Maybe someone needs to be released from some sort of contract too. Whether that's a work contract or a relationship contract. Yeah, so that's basically all I'm getting for deck number 1. We'll go ahead and move on to deck number 2. All right, we have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Shields, the Page of Shields, the Fool, the Mother. Central issue, the Ten of Pentacles, Strength, Three of Shields. Some of the same cards coming out. Okay, so there is a need to compromise, but I get that you may have a very strong will. It is hard to compromise with you. You might be a piece of work, or maybe you view someone that way. This person is a piece of work. Oh my God, this is going to take time. Something's going to take time to get off the ground. Something's going to take time to get started. But I feel too like there's something very serious about what's happening. Something is serious. Something is important. I feel too that like something is being established. Like the foundation has already been laid out. There could have been some recent tower moments, and now it's like time to rebuild here. I see a new beginning again, like in Leo season as well. You're going to have security, a sense of security, whatever it is that you feel like you need. So if you feel like you need money that makes you feel secure, if you feel like you need family or company, a roommate for secure, something is going to secure, or something has already been secured. Something's already been established here. In a love situation, maybe you're already dealing with the person that you're going to have some sort of long-term relationship with. Maybe you've already started a job that secures your income, your finances. Now, sometimes I do get this for someone who is already in an established relationship, especially too with the Mother being here. So something could be going on where someone's already in a relationship, but there's this outside desire or outside temptation. Someone wants to be seen, or someone wants to be noticed. But I do feel that even if there is some sort of temptation going on, like let's say you're already in an established relationship, or it's been confirmed that, okay, we're a couple, I feel like someone is going to receive a test early on, like your loyalty, your trust is going to be tested early on. So someone may be trying to seduce your love interest, or maybe there is someone that's trying to seduce you away from your established, committed partnership. But the Strength card usually to me shows someone who is standing their ground, who is very disciplined. So this person will not give into any outside temptation, even though it's there. It doesn't take away from the fact that this person, the attraction is there. But usually, and depending on other cards, surrounding cards, this will confirm that the person will remain loyal to whoever they're already with. Now, yeah, because see, someone's offer is being declined. Someone is just like being rejected or passing up on an opportunity. So this could even be a job offer. You know, so you get a call. Someone's like, "Hey, I'm a recruiter here at blah blah blah. Saw your resume." And you're like, "Oh, thank you. Wish you had called a week ago. I just started this new position and I like it pretty much. I feel like it's everything I need. I'm not looking for anything else." "Oh, okay, well, thank you for your time anyway." You know, so some of you are going to secure a job before another offer comes in. If you have been looking for a home or a piece of property, I feel like you secure it. It's like, okay, sign that paperwork. You know, this is, you know, you're a proud homeowner or business owner. So whatever the case, you know, something's been established. And then all of a sudden, someone is still, they come around. "Hey, were you still looking for a home? Did you find whatever it is that you were looking for?" "Yes, I did." "Bye-bye, thank you." Could be a relationship. Somebody coming back around. "Hey, I know last month you said you were single. You still single?" Nope. I found somebody. Sorry, bye-bye. So I feel like this is about turning down some sort of offer. Now, I also get that there is some sort of poor communication between two people too. If you're in a relationship, there may be some sort of lack of communication. You guys aren't hearing each other. Someone's being ignored. Someone's being misunderstood. Someone is suffering in silence. Instead of saying, "Hey, you hurt my feelings," they're just like quiet about it, you know, and nobody's saying anything basically. Someone may be feeling a loss of hope. It could be, you could be dealing with earth and air. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe Leo. But yeah, I feel that there's a need to open up and express some sort of loss. I also feel like for some of you, your child may be wanting your attention, or that someone feels left out. Maybe there's a need to spend some sort of time with the children, because I feel like maybe a child is feeling left out, or like they're not important, or their opinion doesn't matter. So make sure you're letting your children know that they matter. Their opinion counts. Even if you're lying to them. Even if your child is talking about a bunch of nonsense and you're like, "Oh, what are they talking about?" Just listen, smile, nod. You know. I also feel too that there could be some sort of financial loss. Like, it's weird. It's like the minute you get like some sort of money, you come into some sort of money. Maybe you had a good business week and you're like, "Ooh, I'm set. I probably don't have to, I probably can afford to take a day off." It's like, no, you can't, because now your car is in the shop and half of that has to go towards that. Or this is someone that's supposed to be paying child support and the paperwork just goes through and, you know, dude, look at his check. Or female, you know, somebody look at their check and they're like, "What's that for?" You know, "What is that?" And you look at it and it's just like, child support. Oh my God, are you serious? They taking out that much? So someone may experience some sort of financial loss. I feel like you got the money. It's okay, but you thought you had some extra. Or it is a situation where you did have some extra spending money, but you ended up maybe spending too much. Maybe you need to return something to the store. You might need to let go of something valuable that you really wanted. There is a need to start over. I see something happening in your life where you're getting ready to start a new adventure. You don't care. This is you not caring about what you said before. It's like, I got a right to change my mind. You just kind of like let go and take some sort of risk. Or you decide to do something by yourself, or you just don't care about what other people say. Other people have given you their 2 cents, but you're just like, thanks, but whatever. No thanks. I'm going to do me. You might be going against someone's advice. I'm seeing extended home. Those of you, you might be establishing some sort of family. So there could be a situation where, yes, if you're thinking about having children, you could be bringing, extending the, what do you call it, the family tree, or, just extending the family some type of way. And it's funny, while I was shuffling, like, the sun came out, but it's like a baby on that card, and it started making me think about that spirit child again that I've been picking up. So yeah, there is a possibility that something could be getting ready to birth. I'm seeing the mother is planting some sort of seeds here. Someone is testing the water before coming forward. Like, someone wants to make sure it's okay to talk. So someone might be trying to check out your mood before they move towards you, or maybe you are checking out someone's mood. You're like, let me say something and then see how they respond and see what their energy is like. Let's see if their energy is positive or negative. So if this is a situation where there was a falling out, you guys weren't talking to each other, you guys were ignoring, it does look like there's a need to finish where you left off here. There's a need to keep building. Some of you also need to know you can't hold on to everything. I feel like someone is trying to figure out, they're understanding that in order to move forward, start fresh, that they need to let go of something. But this person is holding on to something very valuable, and they're like, I don't know if I should let it go or not. And it's just like, hey, let it go. Your values have probably shifted or changed some type of way. And maybe it's time for you to let go of something that you were holding on to, something that was very dear to you. It could have been an article of clothing. It could have been some sort of letter from your first love. It could be a pregnancy stick that when the first time it said positive. Maybe you have lost a child in the past and you're ready to start trying again, but maybe you were hesitant. I feel like something about the past, like you're going to let go of, that could have been holding you back. Just like recently, I decided to release my twin flame, even as a friend. Like, me and my twin, I knew we weren't going to be romantic. We weren't compatible romantically. But I thought there would at least be a friendship. And, I had a rude awakening that they're not even good enough for a friend. So I let them go. I deleted them from my social media, from my phone. I have no intentions on, continuing forward. I've been sharing that story with you guys, but I just want to share it in case those of you that didn't hear it, and if that's something that maybe you needed to hear. But yeah, I feel like maybe you're, and I deleted all his pictures out my phone. So there could be something, well, not all of them, just one left, but more so on my social media. It's an old picture we took together on my social media. It's not that deep, but to get out of my phone, like my literal phone, it's like, yeah, get out of my phone. I don't need your pictures in my phone per se. But yeah, you might be holding on to something that you just need to let go of. And I do see kind of letting go. You're saying, I trust the universe that things will be better. I trust the universe that things are going to get better, that there's something better out there for me. I'm ready to explore. I'm ready to see what life has to offer. So you also could be relocating. You know, I'm ready to pack my bags. You know, I've been in Idaho for 20 years, or all my life. And I guess it doesn't hurt to check out California. You know, guess it doesn't hurt to check out Oregon. You know, so somebody is just kind of taking some sort of risk and exploring something new about life. Maybe it's a new person you're exploring. Maybe especially if there's an age difference, you know. It's like, well, I never dated anyone younger, but I guess I could try. Or I never dated anyone older, but I guess I could try. Now, I do get like some sort of single mother vibe here. So, I don't know. Maybe you are a single mother, or you're dealing with someone who's a single parent. I almost feel like someone is setting up a booby trap too, though. Someone is innocently walking into someone's trap. Yes, someone is... She's slick. She thinks she's slick. She set up some sort of trap, and this person is walking right into it. And she's feeding somebody something. She's like, I got you where I want you. This is exactly where I wanted you. Or he might be like, this is exactly where I wanted you. Let me look at this Five of Pentacles. Ooh, I don't know why shelter just popped in my head. I don't know if someone needs shelter, but like that literal song, oh, I love that song by X something. I find shelter. Okay, I can't think of the lyrics, but I love that song. Maybe I have sense. Oh, I want to listen to it now. Okay, Five of Shields. But nevertheless, maybe someone needs like literal shelter. Maybe someone is willing to make some sort of sacrifice. They're willing to give everything up for you, or you them. Or you're willing to give up something that was comfortable for you, like your job, to start your own business, to become an entrepreneur. Because the mother, she's giving birth to some sort of idea too. She might be very creative, and she's kind of testing the water. She like, before I actually quit this job, let me see how, you know, if I can pull any clients with my talent. And someone tests the waters, and it's just like, okay, I think this is gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close out my old business now. So even if you're an entrepreneur and it's not about working a 9 to 5, maybe there's something else that you've been wanting to do, thinking about letting one thing go and starting another. And you're going to test the waters within this next week. Oh my God, I've been shuffling so long. I'm sorry. Someone is either giving up meat or going back to eating meat. So someone might become vegan, or they're like, I can't be vegan anymore. So I see some sort of dietary changes for somebody. I'm sorry, I'm getting pregnancy. Okay, let me look back at this. Okay, so this is some sort of changes to your home. You might be moving out, or somebody could be moving in with you. You guys are maybe starting some sort of foundation together, but you know, a sacrifice is being made first. And there could have been some sort of conflict into who gives up what. I think I've mentioned this before, especially if you're living, it doesn't even have to be a long distance relationship, but maybe you guys are just two strong individual people, and you're like, I think you should move with me because my condo is dope. And the other person is like, you should move in with me because I got a house and that's like even better. And it's just like, well, says who? You know, so it's like, okay, somebody needs to give something up. You know, we need to compromise here. Something needs to be compromised. How are we going to work this out? You know, it's like, you know, you might even have an unusual relationship where you're together but have separate houses. That's so Aquarius. I've thought about that before. I think I could do it. As long as you're in the same city, yeah, you can stay. You can have your own apartment. I'm keeping my place. We take turns spending the night at each other's house. That maybe because I got Aquarius as my 7th house, so I would be open to something like that. Ooh, okay, so yeah, somebody is leaving their home. They're leaving their comforts. You know, someone is stepping out and being released from something and starting fresh or starting a new foundation here with the 3 of Cups. Also, I see this as if there was some sort of miscommunication or some sort of silent treatment. It's time to let that go. There's going to be a reconciliation. If this is leaving your job, it's like that's the old you. Now you found something that you're passionate about and is paying off. This is something that maybe you were afraid to do, but you're going. You were afraid, you didn't trust it, or you weren't trusting your intuition. Or maybe, you know, your friends and family, they were giving you some sort of advice. They were like, you should do this, you should do that. And you were like, I don't know what I should do. You know, so many opinions. Everything sounds good. I like what you say. I like what you say. And then ultimately you just kind of follow what your heart is saying or your spirit guides. You're like, okay, my intuition says I should do this. And this is what you're doing. You're like going to eventually allow your intuition to lead the way here. Now, I also see someone was playing some sort of mind games, or someone was using some form of manipulation. And it's just like, okay, it's time to let that go, or I'm through using spell work, or I'm through trying to manipulate or be phony. So whatever the case, I feel like whatever the magician was doing, the magician could have been also sending mixed signals or using indirect ways to communicate, you know, like posting through music, pictures, somebody else's words, poetry, instead of just being direct. Someone is kind of like, okay, let me go ahead and say what I'm thinking instead of trying to send signals or messages or trying to get somebody to read my mind. But yeah, it's some sort of stubborn energy too. Now also, somebody could have been holding on to a fire sign, or a fire sign could have been holding on to you. And you're realizing that something has been an illusion. Maybe this person, it doesn't have to be fire, or it could have been earth sign too. But it doesn't necessarily have to be those signs, but it's like maybe you're realizing that, hey, somebody's phony, or somebody is not the person who I thought they were. So you kind of let go and move on from that person. It's like you have a completely different perspective or shift in energy, and you kind of feel like connecting with something that you feel is real, or something that emotionally you are having some sort of connection with. You also might be starting a relationship off with a friend, or something starts off as a friendship. So let me also check in with the Fool. I'm starting to see the Fool as letting go of control issues or power struggles. I also feel like Spirit, like you think you are in charge, and really Spirit has been setting something up for you, but you couldn't see it because of Spirit. They're like, nope, we're putting you on this path. Like, you think you're doing this, you think you're doing that, but no, we're putting you on this path. It's like the road is being laid out. Like, every step you take, Spirit is like altering the road and changing the direction that you're going in. I also feel like someone is unaware that they're getting involved with someone who may have, I don't want to say fatal attraction and make you guys all scared, but this is like a dangerous love because something about it is addictive. It makes me think of Prince, I Would Die For You. I'm not your lover, I'm not your friend, I'm not something that you can comprehend. I just feel like you are meeting someone where you feel like I would die for you. Like, I would die for your love. So maybe it's some sort of Venus and Scorpio intense passion that you, yeah, see how they're about to jump off the cliff? Like, they don't even care that they're in danger. They just see the object of desire and they're like, I don't know, I'm just going. I don't care what's about to happen. I just see the object of desire. I might get killed in the process, but that's what I'm doing. See? Somebody going forward in the name of love. They're going after their object of desire. They feel like they maybe have found the one or their true love, or they're acting out of unconditional love. You might be doing something that is considered to be selfless for love. It's like, this is all for love. Like, I will have your baby. Like, I will give myself to you. I will sacrifice my body to give you a baby. This person is like, I will sacrifice my life for you. I don't care what type of life I had in this city. Like, I'm just watching this program on Hulu. I don't know what channel it originally comes on, but it's called 90 Day Fiance, I think. And it's about these people getting these K1 visas or whatever so that they could come. They have 90 days to decide if they want to marry their spouse. Marry their boyfriend or girlfriend. And so it makes me think of someone making that great sacrifice, especially the episode I'm on now. It's about this guy from, I'm about to mess it up. I never say it right. Nicaragua. And he's like a pop star there. He's like really famous. He's like Justin Bieber over there, or, well, whatever boy band, Jonas Brothers, whatever the case. He's like that. And he fell in love with this girl, and he's like, I'm giving everything up to go to Illinois. Not even Chicago, but some rural area in Illinois to be with this girl. He does not care. He gave up all his fame, all this and that for love. But he's also at the same time starting new, because now that he's where she's at, he's meeting new producers and stuff like that. And he's getting ready to start a solo career as a solo artist. So maybe that story is helpful for somebody. So I do see a soul contract. I see you falling in love with someone. This is someone who is also not for everybody, but I do feel like someone is being used as a vessel to bring a spirit through. So maybe one of your ancestors is trying to reincarnate. That's on a spiritual side that I'm getting. But I also see this as you making some sort of agreement in regards to a love relationship. It's like, maybe even if it did start off as business, it's like now it's transforming into a love situation. And it could be any sign, because I have all the signs coming out now. So water signs, fire signs, air signs, earth signs. It could be any sign. I also, looking at the way this came out, I feel like someone was weighing their options between two people. It's like, man, I like how passionate the water sign is, but I also like the chemistry and the fire with this other person. I like this person is like an entrepreneur, but I like how nurturing this person is. So someone has been weighing their options. And finally here, I feel like that, decision has been made. They're deciding, they're like, okay, I made a decision, now go. So someone is getting ready to make some sort of decision in regards to love, or it could have been in, business. But yeah. So let's go ahead and move on to deck number 3. We have, the Empress, Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Magician, Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I see love coming out first. So I see, first off, someone is trying to say I love you, but indirectly. Someone is putting on some sort of performance, but it's because they're emotional. They're trying to cover up their emotional ways or express their emotions through a different medium, through pictures, through post, through a song. Maybe someone posted up a song. Maybe someone posted up, what do you call it? Just whatever it is. I just feel like someone is disguising their emotions. They're disguising the fact that they are in love. This guy here is drowning in his emotions. He is like a hopeless romantic. This is the guy that will watch The Notebook with you. Maybe he says he hates the movie, but he watches it every time it comes on. So I feel like you're dealing with someone who's very emotional, very sensitive. I also feel like someone is very intuitive. Someone might be covering up the fact that they're psychic. Someone, I feel like also there's some sort of telepathy going on. So if you start seeing like a lot of synchronicities, this could be some sort of confirmation that someone wants you or someone is attracted to you. So there's something going on here. I don't know. I just kind of get somebody's being very emotional, very sensitive. Someone is acting like a Romeo. They're going to charm you. Someone is planning on, they've already been planning on something. Someone is planning on winning you over. They've been working on some sort of project every day. They've been very dedicated, very focused. I also feel like someone has been doing some sort of studying or researching about love, or like researching about synastry, looking at synastry charts and falling in love with someone's synastry chart. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Those of you that study astrology, have you ever looked at like your synastry together or your composite charts and just felt like, oh my God, I love this person just by looking at your chart. I love them. I feel like someone is doing that. Someone is like looking at like the birth charts and the synastry charts and the composite charts, and they're just like, oh my God, I'm in love. I feel like if you are a music artist, I see the birth of a new idea. And I feel like it works. You created some sort of amazing sound. Maybe you created or wrote a script that's amazing. I also get someone who's very seductive with their voice. Someone has a very watery voice that's very romantic or very mysterious. But I do get someone who's definitely like channeling their emotions into their work. I don't know why too, when I see this card, I think about a tattoo artist. Someone might be a tattoo artist, or someone may be considering getting a tattoo or something that symbolizes their love for you or you them. I feel like someone wants to go that far. If someone does that, you're dealing with a very intense person. Not saying that anything's wrong with that, but like if it's a new love situation, I almost feel like someone is just like, I branded you already. Or they're like trying to prove how serious they are about their love for you. Combined talents. Something's going on too in regards to combined talents. I feel like too, someone uses their looks to get what they want. Someone has a very beautiful or attractive face, or this person is very much so attracted to your physical appearance, which also could be some sort of spiritual booby trap. It's like, oh my God, this person looks like a painting. You may feel like this person looks so beautiful that they're a painting, or they view you that way. There's also, for me, like an emphasis on the eyes and the lips. Something about the eyes or the lips, or both, that you are just like going nuts about. It's almost like if God was like, draw a picture of the person that you want, and you drew a picture of it, and then God is like, abracadabra, presto changeo, bam, here they are, boop. So I feel like this is also about someone that you dreamed about, like out of your wildest dreams, is being manifested. Maybe it's the person you thought you would never get. I feel like you spent so many years creating some sort of vision board. Even if this isn't, in regards to love, maybe it's about the dream or ideal career, the ideal life. And it's like, boop, it manifests. After all these years, here it is coming into fruition. Your idea, this is the birth of your idea here being presented to you. This is also energy of someone who's an entrepreneur. I'm getting strong entrepreneurship. You can make an everyday living doing what you love to do. I feel like the universe is supporting that energy right now. This is something, if you've been thinking about it, it is time for you to put yourself out there and make it happen. You might get a clear sign. Like if you're wondering, like, I wonder if I can. And I just said this in deck number 2. So I don't know if you guys are cross-watching. But it's almost like you test the waters and you say, let me see what it'd be like if I start this business. So you do a little something. Maybe you put up a website and you all of a sudden you get a bunch of traffic. Like people are like, that's unheard of. No one gets that much traffic when they open a website for the first week. Maybe you posted your first vlog, and some people, when you're first starting off on YouTube, some people only get like 32 views the first few hours or the first week. Even if like people who have been established, it's like their views are always kind of low. And then someone new comes out and like their views are through the roof. This is like what's happening to somebody. It's like, damn, I didn't know. And that's a sign that, yes, you're on the right track. You should keep doing this. Maybe you have a unique idea. Maybe you're exploring an old idea in a new way. So I see some sort of nice business success for those of you that have been wanting to start your own business. You're testing the waters, and I feel it goes well. I feel too like you are blogging about something that you're passionate about, or someone that you're passionate about, or it could be love that makes you start vlogging about something. Maybe you're like, I want to vlog, but I don't know what to talk about. And all of a sudden you start talking about your love life. And whatever you got to say, people are like, what do you got to say? Or what she got to say? You know, and they're like running to watch. People are just mesmerized. I really think too, like, it's your looks that, whether they're very beautiful or very unique, that is going to get you ahead. Yeah. Some of you also could be into modeling. I would feel like this is good energy for those of you that are models. People might be telling you that you should model, you should model. Maybe that's something you didn't even think about. Maybe you went, like I said, you thought you were just going to vlog about something. And then all of a sudden everybody is like, oh my God, you need to model. You need to model. You need to model. And then you're like, well, okay, let me send this amateur headshot to this talent agency, and you book a gig, like a nice paying gig. And it's like, what? Was I supposed to do this all along? Yes. Why did it take so long for me to discover it? Because you weren't ready. So I do feel like now is the time. Something will come into fruition. Something will manifest. You will understand why something had to be, or why something had to take off. Romantically, you could be dealing with, you could be dealing with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag. I see some sort of deep admiration, and I see too someone making a decision, someone having clarity. It's like someone's third eye finally pops open after being closed. Maybe you've been meditating. Maybe you've been eating, good food or healthier foods. You've been doing something. You've been preparing for something, trying to get everything right, trying to get the conditions right to awaken your third eye. And all of a sudden, here it is. It's like, bam. It almost could be too, when you saw this person, they opened your third eye. Her third eye, your third eye saw each other. Especially too, let's say for instance, you had a choice between two different people. All of a sudden, I don't know what happens, or, what pushes one person over the other. But I see you all of a sudden having a crystal clear vision of who you need to move forward towards, who you need to move with, who you need to pursue. Maybe you hear a voice from your spirit guides, especially if you're already like very intuitive and you hear voices. Maybe you just hear a loud and clear name being called. Maybe you have a dream and it's very revealing. It's very obvious. Maybe you hear something that confirmed, maybe you already made a decision. You're like, okay, I think I know the person I want to move forward with. Still not quite sure, but I think I know who. And then all of a sudden there's some huge synchronicity, or you turn around and look up and there's a poster with a symbol that represents the person that you were thinking of moving towards. And it's like, bam, I'm on the right track. So you might receive confirmation from spirit that you're on the right track. And you're going to be happy with the choice that you make. You're like, okay, I'm glad I made the right choice. This is exactly what I thought. I also see someone around you who makes you laugh, or someone who just makes you feel good inside. I also see something in regards to selfies. I don't know if you are looking at someone's selfie. You might be looking at someone's selfie and doing some sort of reading as you shuffle cards, because this crystal ball is in front of it. Maybe you even got a magic 8-ball and you looking at a selfie and you shaking it over both pictures. You're like, is this the person I'm supposed to be with? And then the 8-ball is like, this is highly unlikely. Then you shake it up. What about this person? Is this the person I should be with? And it's like, absolutely. Not saying that you're going to make a decision based off of that, but it would be like if you already felt like you knew who you were moving forward with, and the 8-ball confirmed it. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm sold. You know, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe somebody is playing with the Ouija board and ask the Ouija board to spell out the name of the person you're supposed to be with, and the Ouija board spells it out. I just feel like you're going to get some sort of spiritual confirmation. It's just the crystal ball here, the vision. Someone also may be into some sort of magic with the magician. I mentioned before too, I was getting mirror magic from somebody. I don't know if someone is doing some sort of mirror magic to attract a situation. I also see someone becoming officially single. Someone is now single and available. Maybe now that you're officially single, and the other person, maybe when you first came across this person, they were kind of going through something or just unavailable at the time. I feel like something maybe changes and you guys are like, hey, I'm single, me too. Bam, perfect. I want to make them kiss. I don't know. Call me silly. But yeah, I feel like I'm playing with dolls. I also see this. I'm looking at maybe spirit intervening here. If there was any type of confusion or delays, especially if your ancestors are the one trying to push this, it's like enough is enough, you know, and because I'm looking at how it looks like something got intervened. It's like spirit was like, we'll choose for you. So they cut through something here. They cleared the pathway. They opened your eyes. They help you to see. Okay, let me see. Let's see here. Be careful with the magician though, because someone can be very manipulative. But I do like seeing the Ace of Swords out because it looks like the truth is coming out. Someone is being honest. Who's green with envy? Somebody's going to be envious of what you have too, or envious of your decision. These cards are on point with the clarify. I mean, they're just like, look, I said magician. I said someone who is very good at deflecting something, the attention away. Someone who's good at sending mixed signals. Someone who's good at charming. Someone who's good to a good convincer. This person might be very good at what do you call it when they have like the power of persuasion? It's almost like the magician is saying, okay, I know what I want, but I'm going to use magic to get it. Or, you know, I don't know. I just kind of feel like the magician, after they make up their mind, they do something to go after what they want. They are doing something. They're manifesting something. They're getting what they want by causing trouble some type of way. Let's say, for instance, you know, someone was interested in you maybe you guys have been talking and you were like, yeah, but I'm also talking to this person. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do or who I'm going to decide. But I like both of you. You know, someone's just being honest. And then all of a sudden something happens where you don't like the other person anymore. Or the other person does something very off-putting. Guess who did that? The Magician. So that you can focus all your attention on them now. The Magician also, I feel like, is beating their competition by making them the center of attention. They're deflecting your attention away from other people, other competitors, and making you focus only on them some type of way. I also feel like someone may be using the power of suggestion, the law of attraction, whatever the case, to resolve conflict. You can do that for business too. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I sure did. I was having a hard time getting my driver's license since I relocated here because of this weird situation with my name. And I tried once when I first got here, but they were giving me a hard time. And I knew they were probably going to do it again, but I was like, let me try again. But before going this time, I did some little work on the DMV here. And they told me no again, but then something happened where I guess a supervisor intervened. She saw what was going on and she decided to take matters into her own hands. She was like, okay, we're going to give you your license. I'm like, thank you. It's like, hey, you got to do what you're going to do, what you got to do. So I did what I had to do to get what I want. And the Empress gets what she wants too, man or woman. The Empress gets what they want. They're spoiled. They're used to having things my way, like Usher, my way. But they're used to getting what they want. I see someone getting attention too for singing. And I said modeling. Yeah, I feel like somebody is definitely, someone has the power to walk into a room and take all the attention away from someone who is maybe supposed to be famous and get everyone to look at them. I'm just going to look at the Empress right quick. Something's going on with Pisces energy. I think somebody has fire in their chart with Pisces. Fire and Pisces in their chart. Specifically Pisces. I know I said fire as the element, but I feel like somebody might be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius with something in Pisces. And I see the person with fire energy being jealous of someone or envious. I feel like they're envious of the person with the cat mouth. Someone has a cat mouth or something. For some of you, I feel like you could be lost. Maybe you feel lost without somebody, or you feel like someone is the missing piece of your puzzle. I also feel like someone has some sort of codependent energy. Maybe you're wondering, like, why do I feel stuck? I almost feel like someone is trying to do some sort of work on you. Someone is trying to keep you stuck. You might need to do some sort of cleansing work on yourself, whether you use, meditation, or whether you do your own spell work, I feel like you need to take matters into your own hand and clear your energy, or just, I always say, I feel like you being aware that a spell is even on you is the way to release it. So you might need to really acknowledge it and demand whatever energy is clinging on to you to get off. Interesting. I see someone being in a karmic contract with two energies. It looks like these two energies keep competing with each other. Fire and air. And we got fire and air here too. It might be a Capricorn. Could be a Capricorn that has some sort of karmic contract but needs to release one. Trying to figure out, like, someone feels lost and doesn't know who to decide, and I feel like there's going to be a reconciliation. Someone is also going to open up. You might move, if this is you, you might move towards the person that you trust the most. Whoever you feel like is your soulmate, because I also see a karmic partner and a soulmate. Some of you might be lost. You might be thinking that someone is for you when they're just karmic. So you need to learn how to discern or distinguish who's the karmic, who's the soulmate. Who's the karmic, who's the soulmate. And this is you getting your clarity on that. This can also represent you being, like I said, being stuck in a position, holding on to something out of fear. Like, I don't know, I'll be lost without this job. I'll be lost without, this and that. And then it's like, oh, but I'm so passionate about this and that. Should I hold on to the job for the money, or should I do what I love to do now? And I feel like within the next 7 days, next 7 or 8 days, you're going to have clear evidence on what you need to do. So it's up to you. All right, I hope that has helped. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.